Right.
Oh, do we need to shift?
We might need to shift. You're live. We are live. What is up, nobody?
Scooch it.
Interwebs.
So while nobody's watching,
There's a bunch of shit over there that isn't over there.
how's that look?
Yeah.
Like throw another guitar up in that.
We have nobody.
Someone will tune in, right?
They might.
Yeah, you have legions of fans compared to us.
Yeah, did you tell
I
anybody?
have tens of fans. No, I had to work today. So
Well, you
we told them on
other
the
day.
we told them on the live thing where there are tens of people watching.
Right, we don't have very many either sometimes. But you guys had a decent amount.
Yeah, it's fun. I really have a good time with the live things. I think it's cool.
Well, I think it's definitely a little bit more interactive, which is kind of cool. Should we
Mhm.
scooch up? Should we scooch?
Okay.
I don't know. Does that seem like
Putrification.
Uncle Jeff? What's up?
See? Where's
Here's
your beer? Suck me bum, chum.
There we go. See, I always have the. So now we do the scooch up move because I have a thing. I don't want to always look at everybody's fucking crotchal. So I'm always
examine
thinking,
my crotch.
right? What's up, Scott? You know what I mean? Like I always don't want to look at somebody like when I'm watching guitar videos.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm like,
Right up there.
what am I learning here?
Yeah.
What am I learning? I'm
So
learning.
the other night I came out and I just had my balls hanging out of
Shorn.
the
Shorn.
leg of my boxer shorts, and Mrs. Texas Toast is doing something. I'm standing there because I'm old.
I
It's
had
hanging
that-
out. Yeah.
I had once when I was in San Diego. Okay, I used to manage restaurants for
Yeah.
years, restaurants and bars. And so I was in San Diego, and I used to work for Hooters. Okay,
Nice.
right,
Everyone's like, they have the best wings. there."
right. The wings were great.
Yeah, that's
Totally
why
the
you
thing.
go
That
to
was it.
Hooters.
So I used to be a manager at Hooters, and I was in downtown San Diego, right in the Gaslamp district. So one of my waitresses comes up to me one day, and she's like, "Can you talk to the guy at the California table?" So each Hooters had like a table shaped like the state that
Okay.
they were in. So in New York,
Colorado was probably really easy.
right? It's just a square. New York was kind of a funky one. But so it was a big California table, and there was a guy sitting up there, proud.
Oh, this
And it's literally as soon as you walk in, the dude's sitting there proud with some shorts on, and one of his danglers is on the seat. And so the waitress saw it as it comes up to me, and she's like, "Can you go talk to him?" And I'm like,
This is the perfect way to start this.
I can.
I'm like, I don't even know what to say here. I'm like, what? I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. So I go and I walk up. I'm like, "Hey, and how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, it's great." And he's drinking his beer. I'm like, "Did you ever see that movie? What something about Mary? You know, with the Beans and Franks thing?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Dude, your balls are hanging out." Like, I was like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, that was my only entry.
This is as subtle as I can get.
So, exactly. It's as best I can do. And then I was just like,
And it
dude,
won't get this good again.
right? I'm like, your balls are hanging out of the chair. I'm like, you kind of got to do something.
Whoops.
And he goes, "Oh, I didn't even notice." I'm like, "Come on, man. You're in the front
Mhm.
door, basically.
You don't
How
feel
did
the
you not
breeze?
notice?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're at Hooters. I didn't know.
Right. I'm like, "Come on, you deviant bastard. Put
Yeah.
that away.
Yeah.
Get out of here." I don't know if this has nothing to do with guitars whatsoever.
This whole thing might have
perfect way to
nothing to
start.
do with guitars. So, you know what we could do? We could just force the issue. We could just start talking about guitar.
We should.
Because
we got
one
a
of the things we
couple
talked
people
about
here.
at the NAMM show was we should do a NAMM show thing.
Yeah.
Uncle Jeff says, "Okay, don't let Ike tell any more stories." That's one of the tame stories from the shit I over the years.
Yeah, that's
So,
a particularly good one.
If you want to
That
hear
got brought up
more,
when that one dude came in, remember, and you're like, I don't know if we're gonna have another
oh
situation.
yeah, that's
yeah.
right. The guy with the short shorts.
Yeah. He had these like cropped
Daisy
jean shorts.
Jukers.
It was almost like a jeans thong.
man, in the summertime, I totally rock the Daisy Dukes.
Oh.
People are like, "Nice jorts." I'm like, "These aren't jorts. These are Daisy Dukes. I'm bringing them back."
Solo Daisy Duke.
Mhm. Mhm.
Fight. I just see you and Chris out there.
Oh, Chris doesn't do it.
Just spraying
Especially,
guitars
yeah, it's better
in
with
the
Chris,
backyard
though. Yeah.
with your Daisy Dukes.
And this
on.
year, mine are going to be so short, you'll be able to see the pockets poke out the bottom.
Oh god, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Jeff's gonna bane somebody.
If you want to hear some more Ike stories, just write what you want to hear on a $20 bill and mail it to Klondike 555.
Yeah, P.O. Box.
Yeah, P.O. Box
369.
69.
Oh, this live stream's gonna go right in the toilet already.
No, it's not. It's gonna be great. All right, let's.
I agree. We got
start.
somebody else. We got a few people.
Yeah, let's start going.
Okay, so Texas Toast Guitars. I mean, you guys just did a live stream the other night, which was pretty fun.
I have so much fun with live streams, and I don't know if everyone has as much fun as I do, but I think it's a
good time because there's people tuning in, people asking questions, and you can at least you can actually see where they're coming from. And
Chris said someone from Germany was watching us. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning in Germany. I'm like, who wants to watch us at 2 o'clock in the morning?
You had some dude from Latvia popped in there.
We had someone from Israel. Yeah. So that was cool.
A lot of cool stuff, I think.
Yeah.
You guys got but you guys are like instructional too.
Speaking of instructional, yesterday I did a video at Maximum Guitars, and that will be teaching material at Red Rocks Community College for their class that they're going to do on whatever day when they do next.
Oh, very cool.
So it was me hand shaping a neck.
How'd that go?
Well, it was fine, except for I'm old and out of shape. So and
were you using like a spoke shave?
No, I don't use a spoke shave.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna. So we made a video talking about a link to Steve's video, and so that'll go out as soon as Steve's video goes out. I'll put a link and everybody can tune in and watch that. And Steve lives up Coal Creek Canyon. It's not the middle of nowhere, but you can see it from there.
You can see nowhere from there.
Yeah. And so it's 8,000 feet. So it's 8,000 feet. Almost 50-year-old me, way out of shape, way overweight me, honking on this thing that I haven't done in years. Shaping a neck by hand.
So this ought to be a good video.
It'll be a good video, and there's a flip side quotient.
Ooh.
The neck I was shaping was Chris's Flying V neck.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Mostly because it was mahogany, which is easier to shape than maple by hand.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah.
So Chris works here.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you guys know.
Yep.
So
that's third tier dingus.
Yeah, he's third tier dingus. And then you've got MJ who's fourth tier. He's the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have many dinguys.
Yes. The first time
we also have customer dinguys as well.
Right, yes. Yeah. They're secondary dingai.
So I just glanced down and someone says, Scott H wants to know, how did I get started doing the fabric covered guitars? That is something I've always loved, the paisley fabric tellies. But I never liked the way Fender did the burst around. So you'd go with this crazy fabric to this kind of amorphous solid burst to make the transition to where I think back in the day they used to use like the shelf paper. So where the shelf paper stopped and where the paint started, they had this pretty big burst. And of course now we do a lot of that stuff with bursts, which I'm okay with. But I always wanted to figure out a way to use binding instead of burst. So when we switched to the Simtex sealer, it occurred to us, well, we can put all this stuff down on here, seal it all up, and then route for binding, bind it, and not have the what's the word I'm looking for? We certainly wouldn't have the fraying, but we also wouldn't have the solvent in the binding glue melt the paint. So as soon as we figured out, oh, hey, we can do that.
So you guys seal it though. You guys glue it, then seal it, then cut.
Then we cut the whole body shape out.
Right. So that probably solves some of the fraying problems and stuff like that too. So then you're able to get in there and do the binding.
But we have done a handful of guitars where people have sent us pre-existing guitars, like the Yngwie Malmsteen one that we did recently.
Yeah,
that was pretty fun. Yeah. And everyone gave me a bunch of grief for that because, oh my God, you took a brand new Yngwie cover. Well, all we did was repaint it.
Right. I mean, what's so sacrilegious?
Yeah. And they still make them.
Right. And it's not like you were fabricating the scallop.
Well, it's not like it was his personal.
It's not like we were filling in. It was the dude's actual
guitar.
Guitar, so.
Yeah, you can do your guitar, do whatever you want.
So the problem is that, and now I didn't come up with the whole fabric top thing. There's lots of people who've done that way before me. There's lots more smart people than I am who have done that before me.
So when Fender did it though, way back in the day, did they use? I thought it was like, was that like wallpaper?
It was like a wallpaper, or
And
shelf paper,
put it
or
on
wrapping
there.
paper, or something. Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it was probably very similar to what we do. Yeah.
Right.
But you know, like ESP made guitars in the '80s that had fabric on them, and there's, like I said, a bunch of guys who are smarter than me have done fabric longer than I have. The problem is that I might be one of the first people to make a big deal out of it on YouTube. Hey, everybody, check out my fabric top thing.
But you guys, but
and I'm not, again, I'm not the first guy to do that, but I might be one of the first guys to kind of shove that into everyone's face. So now I'm the fabric top guy, and everybody wants a fabric top thing.
But they look cool. I mean, that's like that one back there. If you guys see it or not. Yeah, let's pull that one out. There you go. So, I mean, this is one of the ones that he's done. I mean, I love this one.
I really like that one too. But you know, when I see that one, I see how neat that bridge is, because that's also one of the things that we started doing.
And that's I like this because you have the black in between all that. Yeah. But then you have the black binding, and it just really kind of makes it look not shitty.
Well, that's actually what I like about when you guys do the fabric top is a lot of ones that I've seen when people do it, you can visibly tell it's cloth.
Well, that depends on the fabric.
Right, I was gonna say a lot of the ones you guys end up doing seem so seamless that it doesn't really have that texture to it. Scott H wants to know how much.
How much? How much is that bad dude?
This one goes for $12.49.
$12.50, right on. $12.49.
Unless you have somebody you can negotiate with.
We'll negotiate
if you want.
I think $12.49 is a pretty good deal for that guitar.
I think so too. And it's got a little neck too, if you can. It's got a little 59. Yeah, there's
some significant flamage on the
I don't think you can see it though. It's kind of brighty.
Okay. Well, trust us, there's flamage.
There's some flamage, and it's not a it's not super thin, but it's not like super thick. It's nice.
The flame?
No, yeah, the flames are
really thick flame.
What do we got here? Oh, we got Quentin James. Oh, that dude.
Terry Starks wants to know what's the hardest build you've ever done.
And what's up, Terry? What's up, Quentin?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Is he talking to me? What's the hardest build I've ever done?
Yeah.
Sometimes the hardest builds are the fastest ones I have to get done right away. You know what I mean? So when we did Jim Fuller's double neck, that was the guitar for my mentor, and he wanted it right away. And
so that's like drop everything.
It was a drop everything, take off time from the day job, and go for it.
So how many? Let me ask you this: on average, how many hours does it take you to do a whole guitar? That's gotta be not including
Telecaster style guitars, about 20 hours. One of the set necks, like a Challenger, probably 30, 35 hours. Something with like this has fabric all over everywhere. It's going to be a little more time on something like that. So
cool.
Yeah.
So like a single side is a little easier.
I make like $3 or $4 an hour if I ever sell guitars.
It's a good collection.
Yeah.
We got a few here. I mean, you guys are selling them though.
And you're going to have more because we're going to bring you a new batch.
Sweet. Can we still keep this one? Because this one
of course.
Is quite the looker.
It's like the centerpiece for explaining the fabric stuff.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I think I want that to sit in my basement where no one can see it. Rather than stay somewhere where people can come and play.
In my basement.
Your guitar is almost done. It's so cold though
I'm so looking
that we can't paint. We can't spray color and clear right now.
Mother Nature's effing me right now.
It is, yeah. And so our spray booth is heated, but we have to suck in supply air because we exhaust so much exhaust air. So all the supply air is
freezing.
Right now it's 14 degrees. Right. So yeah, so my 70 degree spray booth will go from 70 to 14 really fast.
Matter of moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool though. I'm looking forward to it. We'll do a live stream. If you want to when it's done, we could do another live stream, show it off.
I would love to do more live streams with you. And you know what else I think would be a really fun thing to do would be a party in the back room here at Flipside, like we talked about. Remember we talked about a Christmas party with a little choo-choo and a tree and everything?
We could do that.
Well, maybe we don't have to wait till Christmas.
We could do Christmas early.
Christmas in July. I don't even wait till July.
We could do a Mardi Gras party.
Ooh, Farty Gras.
Farty Gras. We could all wear goofy hats and
I love that.
Dress up like our favorite guitars.
I'll even show you my boobs for some beads.
Some assless chaps and assless chaps and Telecasters.
He'll probably be doing the shorts by then.
Oh, I'll do them. Yeah, if you guys keep the heat on, I'll do it. So I keep looking down here because there's a great big screen down here with all the questions.
Yeah, we put a TV on the floor because we don't have a stand for it.
More MREs. No more MREs.
So Scott's asking, with just the little 59, what is the wiring switching?
Well, the little 59, I don't even remember, but the little 59 is 2 coils. So I'm sure this is probably humbucking one coil and then either series or parallel, depending on which one that is. I think there's I wired it however it came in the wiring diagram. There was like, here's what you can do if you have a switch, and so I just it has 3 different distinct sounds.
It does.
It does.
And in full humbucker mode though, it's pretty awesome.
Now
it sounds
coolest,
pretty rad.
The most baddest ass pickup for a Telecaster bridge though is the Seymour Duncan Custom Shop quarter pounder.
So what makes the Custom Shop different than the regular quarter pounder? Because I've heard the regular quarter pounder.
So I was just asking,
and I like
it's about the only one I do like.
That's the only quarter pounder that I'm really jazzed on. The difference between the Custom Shop and the regular one is the coil is tapped. Now people get that confused a lot. They're like, "Oh, can you tap that coil on a regular humbucker?" Yeah, you can. But what that means is you take all this wire and you have another little wire coming out, and then you wrap a bunch more onto that same magnet. So the quarter pounder from the Custom Shop goes from its regular output is like 14K, and then you can tap the coil to be like 7 or 8. So you can throttle it way back, and then you can really kick it in the ass.
Goose it when you need it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean at that point it'd almost be like having a boost built in.
Yeah. So Scott was asking if it was like Esquire style wiring.
No,
it's like bypass though.
Yeah, so the Esquire style wiring has a handful of different features, but you only have 1 coil. And then there's a couple of resistors and a couple caps, and it does, well, if there's a couple things, it does a couple things. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it written down so I don't have to remember. But this one does have 2 coils. So a regular Esquire would have a single coil pickup that does some different neat stuff.
Right, because that's just one is straight out. Isn't it regular? One is straight out. One is with the tone knob, and then one.
Yeah, one is like with the tone knob, or wires bypass the tone, something like that. Yeah. There's a handful of different things, and it's very subtle. So if you really like nuance, then that's a great.
If you want things that you can't hear at band volume.
Yeah. I love it.
I know. Yeah. What else would you expect?
We went from pickups to assless chaps.
Aren't all chaps assless? So speaking of at band volume, have you guys ever heard the 1982 version of "Here I Go Again"?
I have.
Have you heard it?
You mentioned it before, and I looked it up because of that.
Well, what distinguishes it different from the?
Well,
it's not nearly as slick.
It's not nearly as slick, and it's got like a Hammond organ, and all the dudes from Deep Purple were in the band. Were in Whitesnake at the time.
Okay.
But the most salient feature of the song, as far as I'm concerned, is there's a lyric change. So you're probably used to, like a drifter.
Yeah,
I was born to walk alone.
Yeah.
But in the 82 version, Coverdale says, like a hobo, I was born to walk alone. But with the accent and with the song, it sounds sort of like a hobo, I was born to walk alone. And I'm imagining like the band practice where they're all like, sitting around smoking joints or doing whatever they're doing. And there's someone's brother-in-law sitting on the couch. What was that line about homos? And Coverdale goes, it wasn't homo, it's hobo. Hobo.
All of a sudden he turns.
Hey man, sounds like homo to me,
Eric
man.
Idle from Monty Python.
No Monty Python skit.
But anyway, so yeah, watch it. It's hilarious.
Awesome.
And like, yeah, the organ is like this calliope sounding. It's really cool.
You mentioned it, I think. Some other thing you mentioned that. I remember looking it up at home, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fairly tragic. Yeah. Well, because the original, I mean, well,
what we're
used to hearing is so slick with the thing
polished.
And the way, so it's just like.
What? And Rudy Sarzo's licking stuff, and everyone's hair looks identical to Tawny Kitane's.
Well, maybe.
Well, that's why I imagine they just sit around fluffing their hair.
There was a lot of fluffing in the 80s.
But in 82, like
hair
everybody had mullets, and a lot of guys had fedora hats covering their mullets. It was it's a whole different flavor profile.
There was a lot of hairspray in 82.
Watch it again.
In the 80s, mid 80s, yeah.
Mullet versus perm.
What do we got here?
I think there's some English British women that are interested in assless chaps.
Oh,
are we still on the assless chaps?
Yeah, but this is English chaps.
Blokes. Oh, right then.
Blokes.
All right.
You know, speaking of chaps,
hey, what's up,
one of the guys who works in the shop now is John, and he and his wife are leather workers. And
hey, Ed, how's it going?
They did. In fact, I really wanted to have it here tonight. Was the GWE guitar with the leather pickguard, and we're gonna have belts made with a cool. Mine's gonna say Matthew Pendejo.
Nice.
I think Chris is. You want one? You can have one that says Mr. Cool or whatever. I don't. Yeah.
Chief Rhythm Officer.
Yeah, whatever.
Chief Rhythm Officer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always. That's what I always put on my paperwork because people are like, "What's your position at the shop?" I'm like,
ass whoop specialist.
Chief Rhythm Officer, because I'm like, that makes me sound like I really do something, but I don't. But I do.
I think the problem with belts with your name on it is that I don't think they're cool anymore. I think like that stopped being cool in the 70s, like the early 70s.
But not well.
Hey, we can make them come back though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not?
We all do it. Just like
with two carvings of like couple vans.
Oh yeah.
Like couple vans,
boogie vans.
Yeah, John would do it.
Chief Rhythm Officer with a van, maybe a Baja Bug.
That'd be sweet.
Or so, what do those pick guards add to the cost in terms of what they're doing?
Well, right now nothing because John's been doing them sort of gratis. I'm not sure if he's gonna.
They can't be cheap though.
They're not gonna stay free for long.
Right.
So he did.
Let's see if we can sneak in.
Yeah. So he did the GWE guitar for us, and I tried to pay him, and he said no. And then we're doing a Clarence Gatemouth Brown reproduction that it actually says Gatemouth on it, and it's got the same scroll work as his.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
and so that one, I don't know how much he's going to charge me for that, but yeah, we'll see. But he and his wife Rachel are saddle makers, so they've got the skills
to make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, what about like guitar straps? Can't they could probably do that.
Oh, in their sleep, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that can't be too difficult.
Yeah. And depending on what level of.
Well, I was wondering if like even normal pick guards, like if you wanted to get one from them for like something you already had.
Well, I was thinking chaps.
There you go.
Well,
custom engraved
chaps. If you save all the back part, if they're ass lips, then you save all the back part. Yeah. You just got.
And I'd wear my leopard Speedo thong with some chaps, some custom made chaps.
Now it's just getting
the nipple tassels.
That'd be awesome.
Where is this going? It's terrible.
It's going exactly where we thought it would.
Where it's always going.
It was where we knew it was going to go.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we did a live stream with Dave, our lesson instructor, and with Rebecca, who is our vocal coach.
His old lady. Oh, okay.
It's a vocal coach. And I know Dave was kind of trying to be like
he had
an idea of more professionalism, and then within like 30 seconds, it all went to shit in like 30 seconds.
Well, that's what I mean, because I'm like sitting there for like the first minute being like, I swear, if I can't make it through this, I don't know if I'm going. Because it's like, once you go, I'm gone. Like,
I'm not.
See, everyone's got some good ideas for John and the leather stuff.
Knife scabbards.
Hell yeah!
What
I'm out of beer.
Paisley finish.
What about?
I had an old friend and family used to make those leather belts with your name on them back in the 70s. Oh, very cool. Belt, cigarette holders, knife. What is that?
Knife scabbards.
Scabbards? Is that a real thing? That's a real word.
I believe sheath is also a word.
Oh, well, sheath I'm aware of. Scabbard
sheath,
I've never heard
scabbard, holster.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just throw a thesaurus at it.
Yeah. Knife scabbard. It's my guitar scabbard.
Holsters.
It's a Richard scabbard.
Let's start that shit.
I know.
All right.
So it came to mind, damn it.
So let's get this whole NAMM shit out of the way.
NAMM. Who wants to talk about NAMM? Nobody. Because everybody's like,
everyone's burned out on NAMM. What was your favorite stuff? Let's do that. Have you already told everybody what your favorite stuff is?
No, we didn't really talk about much. We didn't really do. My favorite part of NAMM. Here's my favorite part of NAMM. Was Friday night and Matt takes a piss in the parking garage. Remember?
How can I forget?
So we're like grown-ass men. 3 of us, me, Chris, and Matt, are grown-ass men in the parking garage.
Off my ass, too.
Well, that we were sitting around with Brian from Nutter Guitars.
Yep. Well, it was right at the meet and greet. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Coombs and JJ House Jams. We had Nerd Halen. Caleb was there from Nerd Halen. We also had that other dude that's a builder that came out.
We had a lot. We had the meet and greet was everything I was hoping it would be. It wasn't like just me and Chris sitting there getting drunk.
And me.
Well, we didn't know, we didn't know who was going to come.
Show up.
And then, but it wasn't so. I also thought, well, what happens if way more people show up? Which
it's entirely possible.
It could have happened, but we didn't. We didn't like actually reserve any part of this bar. We just sort of showed up.
You guys were just sitting in the.
Yeah, we were just sitting in the bar.
You had a 4-people table.
Proximity.
Yeah, and it got pretty crazy.
We had to move to a larger table. We went to the King's table. Remember? They had the big back chairs and everything. But so the favorite part was after all that, when we were walking up, we went to the car that was in the parking garage that they parked in, and we just sat there like we drank beer in
the parking lot.
In the parking garage. Like we're kids. So Matt goes up, takes a piss against the wall.
Yeah.
So I know it's terrible. I know it's just great fodder.
Well, the best part was that it was
exactly what they wanted to know.
Disney parking garage.
It was at the Disney parking garage.
Yeah.
So he goes walking back, and there's like a puddle of pee following him down. And I'm sitting at the car watching that happen. Then Chris goes to go pee to find a spot to pee.
Did he run into the trail?
Well, the problem was Chris was drunk. And so then we just start making noise, and Chris
got stage fright.
He got stage fright. And then he starts walking around because he can't find any place to. And cars are going by, and I'm like, "This is the greatest thing! It's so much fun." It was completely
so
ridiculous.
Dorky, and you know what's even more fun than doing that at 9 o'clock at night, though? Doing it at 9 o'clock in the morning when you pre-drink before the damn show. Yeah,
those guys pre-drink. I can't do any of that. I got it. You guys can pre-drink.
Oh man, it was a lot of fun.
But yeah, that was a good NAMM experience. I think that one was.
There really wasn't anything at the show that I was like, oh man, I'm just flabbergasted that somebody.
Yeah, that was kind of the same. We thought like nothing really pushed the boundaries this year.
The only thing that I thought was really super cool, and I think it's because we could use it here, and I think it's a good amp, would be the Rev D20.
Okay.
So it's basically a 20-watt amp. It's got really nice cleans from the guys at Rev.
Kind of a platform, yeah.
But it also has a torpedo load box in the amp, and basically that means is that we could run that right into.
Yeah, I think you need to tell me what torpedo load is.
Right, it's a torpedo. Don't get in the water. Watch it. We're going to need a bigger amplifier. Basically, what it does is it's a load box, and it has cab sim and all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow!
But we can run it direct out and keep everything pretty.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there was lots and lots and lots of neat shit at the show, but you just can't see it all. So
right.
Well, no, but even if you did, like, because I did a fair walk around of like the guitar area, and even then, I just didn't feel like anything was really like pushing the limits of anything. I mean, there was definitely some cool stuff. Like Ernie Ball had a cool volume tuner pedal that was.
He had some new straps.
Yeah, he had some new ball straps.
Ernie Ball straps.
But yeah, they had like the tuner that was built into the wall pedal or the volume pedal. So if you back it off, it'll click the tuner on.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of oddball.
But there's been a company that's been doing that for a few years.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was kind of cool to see them steal that from somebody.
Trying to think of what else we really saw. It was amazing. The D20 was kind of for me the big one, and actually Mackie with that little self PA.
Oh yeah,
that was actually I was really surprised because we're not usually in the PA stuff at all, but this one for the size, the price, and what you could do.
This big.
Yeah,
the price was solid. It sounded really good.
It sounded slightly better than a Mr. Microphone.
Yeah. Hi there.
Hey.
Hi there.
But yeah, that one was pretty cool. And then they actually had a PA that you could get, like, so if you were like a club owner, or even if we had something like that here, you could actually mix it from like your phone or your pad or anything.
Wow.
So like that was actually kind of an interesting one.
That's probably a lot of little tiny personal computer / phone apps that work with things. I don't know even what that. I'm not even saying the word.
Some of it I hate. Some of it, as long as if it functions like you would expect it to, like almost like a hi-fi stereo. Those that make sense to me.
Yeah.
But like anything that gets too menu divey, even I start
too many
frustrated.
buttons or too much menu access.
I hate that.
I'm lost.
The funny thing about the NAMM show to me is it's unlike other industries because no one wants new stuff. We want all the 60, 70-year-old stuff.
Just like now.
Like Gibson.
Yeah.
I mean, Gibson kind of, the booth was impressive, and everybody's like, dude, did you see the Gibson booth? It's fucking great,
It's a bunch of Gibson.
And I'm like,
it was a big surprise.
Like, there's not much here that's any different than what they've done before, but they're just trying to go, hey, we're not dead yet.
Hey, we're here.
And we actually can make some stuff that looks decent. I mean, they had a big spread, too, with the big
I thought it was
big
neat.
Stage and the Charvel stuff, too.
Yeah, that's right. But you remember they had like guys actually doing stuff. They had a guy winding pickups. They had a guy.
Right. They have like little stations set up. There's a guy doing pickups, like you said. There's another guy doing binding.
Scraping, binding. Yeah.
So, I mean, that was cool stuff there to show the craftsmanship of Gibson. So I thought that was cool. I mean, they had some cool guitars. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on.
Yeah, even
there's some stuff coming in here. Colin James says, I really like everything you saw from the NAMM footage, but nothing really made me want to grab my wallet. I'm with you, man. There was nothing that I'm like, oh, I got to get that. Now, that does not mean that Fender was standing around farting and all the Fender people were running up and going, ooh, let me smell that. They had some neat. There's that acoustic thing that I'm like.
I didn't really.
Toilet bowl one.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I wasn't a fan, but Cheddar Kung Pao played it, and he said he really liked it. So.
Actually, Terry Starks is saying, "Can you wink, wink? Tell us about Fender, wink, wink."
I don't know what that means.
So he watches. Terry watches our other videos.
Okay.
So he kind of knows that we've been talking about that. So I guess I'll tell you guys, we are looking to bring on Fender, okay, here at the store. It's kind of a big investment for us because it's not.
You got a pretty big buy-in, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty big buy-in, and for us, it's kind of a big deal. So it's kind of one of those risky moves. It's like, what do we do? Do we shoot? I could pull it off if I grab some
eat for a while.
If I just do the ramen noodle shit and drink my dinner, drink my Genesee beer,
hot water.
Yeah, ketchup and hot water and make some tasty tomato soup. We have some credit here and there, and I spent last year with the idea of wanting to do that because we don't really have an anchor brand, I guess, in the store, but we got
Redwood's pretty close, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got cool stuff. We don't have any of the big guys. I'm like, if we're gonna do a big guy, we need like one
flagship,
one flagship. And Fender sells, and Fender, obviously Gibson has had some turmoil going on. PRS, we talked to them, and I don't think it was a fit for us. And then Fender, I've been a Fender guy.
How many people are actually buying like a bunch of PRSs?
Well, I was going to ask you because I know you're
Fender. People they'll buy 5, 6, 7 of them because it says Fender. So I was paying down some credit and all this other stuff, and so I think we're just going to do it, and we're going to start with expanding the Squire line and the Made in Mexico stuff, the Player Series. Okay. And then we're going to start to grab the rest of the stuff. So by Summer NAMM, a little bit after Summer NAMM, we should be full on. It may be sooner.
So it's happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Cool. Congratulations. Yeah. That's a good one.
So yes, we're going to do Fender. So if any of you guys, dozen or so folks that are watching.
Any you want Fenders.
Any you want some, hey, you like football? You like Star Wars? You like Fender guitars? Give me a call because this is the time to work a deal.
I'm gonna have to tell my football Star Wars story again.
God, that shit was funny. But we're gonna do that. But I'm serious. If anybody's interested in a Fender or looking into it, give me a call. Let's talk because I would love to have some guitars already sold, which we already have. I've been telling local customers here and some of my other friends, and we already have some guitars that are on the list that
that's cool,
friends of mine want to buy. And they're like, "Oh, that's awesome that you guys are getting it. Yeah. I'd much rather get it from you than." Somebody else.
Because I was gonna say that was one thing we're both getting a little tired of is like people are coming here to have their Fenders set up.
Yeah.
So it's like they're clearly going out buying a new guitar, but we just don't have the exact one that they're wanting. So it's like we might as well.
I would totally buy it if it was seafoam green. Oh, do you have a left-handed one? I would totally buy that one. Shit.
Well, it's funny because we're getting that. Like I said, you've got people that are buying it from the big box store.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing it here to get set up, and it's like,
all
our shit that's on the wall is already set and ready. Like you could pretty much
already good.
You can pretty much you can grab any guitar off the wall right now and go and play a gig with it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like super weird about
particular about your setup.
But all our setup, everything's set up to play. I mean, we get people that are like, dude, this thing plays great. It's like, yeah, because we because we went like this, made some adjustments and made it play well.
Because you guys
we're
play
trying
them
to
all,
sell shit.
and you're like, oh, this is neat. Let's set it up so where it plays good, and then you can play it for a little bit, and then
So that's what we're doing. Which one?
The Hawaii.
That one actually has an interesting story.
Hawaii.
I don't think it's in tune.
We got any pretty much everything side of the. What's going on, fellas? What's up, Professor Chaos?
Actually brought this into the shop.
Wow.
He actually had a layover in Japan back in like 64-ish?
Early 60s.
Early 60s. But anyway, he had a layover there and spent some time, so he brought that back with him. And then, it's definitely not in tune.
Sounds great.
That's an H chord.
It's the H chord.
Hold on, listen. Hold on, wait. There we go. Hold on. Now it's going to sound even better.
It's the Z minor chord.
That sounds fantastic.
This is pretty neat, though. Get a load of all this cool stuff that's on here.
It actually sounds really wicked.
It's cool for slide, too.
I loved it. To be honest, I love the pickguard. I would love to have a pickguard, like a real pickguard on telly, like that.
It's neat. It's neat. I like it a lot. It's a cool, funky shape, too.
Pew, 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 pew.
Professor Chaos Ben, I don't remember.
I think Professor Chaos is Ben. Yes.
Hey Ben, if you're still there.
You know what would be cool is if this guitar had side dots.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm like,
I never noticed.
Wait a second.
Are they on the other side?
No, I looked.
Yeah. It's a cool little guy though.
I like it. Little late on this one. I've been watching for a couple of minutes trying to get caught up. You haven't missed anything except a bunch of dick and fart jokes, and they've all been
some assless chat thrown in the middle.
So Terry G and G is telling us if things are all a little laxed in here, Matt, Ike and company, Johnny Bean, EVH, and Gear TV are all live at the moment.
You think we're losing a bunch of?
I'm sure we're losing hundreds of people.
Our last competition was just the State of the Union. We did fine there.
Yeah, last time we was the State of the Union. We did
great when we went on.
You kind of all of our live stuff that we've done so far has just been normal shop hours, and it's always Sunday at like this weird time, and
that's not so bad though. It's Sunday.
It seems all right. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
What do you think, Terry? You watched some of those, all of them, maybe.
Terry's there. Terry's on everything.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Walking Dead? Hi, everyone. A little late to this one, so just been watching for a couple minutes, trying to get caught up.
I told him the dick and fart jokes.
What's that?
Because all he missed is dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poop and pee jokes.
Yeah, farting jokes. So what the hell are we talking about? Oh, yeah, NAMM. So nothing exciting. To end it all, I think it was a normal. Nothing blew up my skirt.
I had so much fun hanging out with people. It just so happened to be there was a bunch of guitar stuff there and pianos and drums and shit.
Honestly, this year that's why I made very minimal meetings because I was like, well, I knew you guys are going to be there Friday, so I was like, well, I'm pretty much that's shit. Then Saturday, well, I know how it can go. It's like, hey, let's just meet for a beer. Next thing you know, it's 6 hours later, so we're pissing in a garage.
You're in the garage urinating.
So
heckling
public urinating.
Right, I know how this rolls out. But I mean, we were hanging out with Ben Coombs at JJ's House of Jams, and that was kind of cool on Saturday. Like we walked around, then we went out for beer. We went back to that same place.
Yeah, JJ and Ben were fun, especially JJ's he's fun.
And the back bar at the Clarion is the secret NAMM hangout. Yeah,
secret NAMM hangout. Clarion. It hasn't been updated since.
You guys walked in, and you're like, hey, what's this like? Yeah, it's.
I walked in and it was a time warp. I'm like, what? Wow, this place is something else, isn't it? But it was pretty awesome. Beers were cheap and really, you got to order 2 at a time because.
Well, yeah, they weren't ready for the number of people that were.
And she was just slow. Our waitress was really slow.
Yeah, she like disappeared for like.
I don't.
Oh, that's right. You were there on Friday.
Yeah, that one I was gonna say. In my case, honestly, I felt like now that I know what to expect.
Yeah,
kind of like you were saying last year. Like if you know what to expect. Yeah. It's a little different. Now that I actually know, I feel like I would have rather been there for like Thursday, Friday, skip Saturday, and do Sunday.
I'm never, ever, ever going on a Saturday ever again.
We were thinking.
I felt like I got like the leftovers, and then by Sunday, everybody was just dead tired.
But like Saturday is a madhouse.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
We were thinking next year maybe do an Airbnb. That way, you got a place to barbecue and hang out and drink beer, and then what would be cool is I got a buddy that lives in Arizona. Maybe get him to drive out and bring some gear. And that way we got a place we could jam. So we go Thursday.
I think what we should do is figure out like how much it would cost to get the cheapest, suckiest spot at the NAMM show. Take all that money and rent a room at the Clarion Hotel and just say we got $2,500 worth of damage that we can do. Yeah.
We could pull something off like that if we.
So I don't know if you noticed this, but at the Clarion Hotel, they had Hohner harmonicas at a booth there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was like that was just there. They rented their little, I don't know, like
Yamaha was Yamaha wasn't in.
Yamaha has the.
They got
Yamaha is the real player at the NAMM show. They got their own.
Well, they're the biggest. They're the biggest company in the world,
probably in the world. Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, I was thinking that we can go Thursday, go Friday, Saturday, say fuck it, and we just stay at the Airbnb and we barbecue and drink beer all day and play guitars. And then Sunday, go in, finish up the business, and then
or even just have Saturday to check out like somewhere in California. Go see the beach, go see something.
Go to a music store or something that's cool.
Or even that what's that vintage guitar show that was going on at the same time?
Oh yeah, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't care.
Huntington Beach has some really cool. There's a really awesome dive bar called Turks.
Oh, okay.
I'd be see the beach just got better.
Yeah, I'll go sit in a bar all day. I'd rather go sit in a bar than fight.
Yeah, but a bar on the beach.
Well, and we wanted to have the meet and greet at Turks actually, and it was like it was just too far away.
Too far away, yeah.
So Terry has some stuff. It's been good, Matt, but you need a proper interface. You mean like a camera deal, Terry, or do you mean I need to figure out how to work?
He thinks you're going off the phone. Are you going off your phone?
I'm going off my computer.
Okay. He needs a better camera is what he needs.
Well, Ike's got a pretty slick setup, and yeah, we could pull that.
That's
off.
just a Logitech something. That's the same one that Steve from Boston uses. The same one.
Oh, that's my favorite part of
the More Than a Feeling guy.
No,
the night with Steve from Boston.
Oh
we ended up at the Korean barbecue. That was hilarious.
So we ended up at this Korean barbecue for the Vola guys. So Vola is based out of Japan or Hong Kong or something. Yeah. So we go to this. So I know a lot of the Vola guys, Greg and then Robert Baker. They were here, did a live stream. So we know those guys.
David Wallman.
David Wallman. Yeah.
Okay.
He lives up in Fort Collins. He's a super cool dude. So we were all just going to meet up with those guys. So they're like, here's this great Korean barbecue place. So we show up. They tell us 7:30, and then he's like, yeah, we're here. It's 7.
Where?
So we're like, shit.
Yeah.
So we go. The whole thing of Korean barbecue first, we walk in, there's like no seats for us.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting next to
we went between like 2 tables.
Yeah, Greg's brother from Acacia Guitars.
Okay.
And then the guy from Scala Guitars was there too. He's super cool dude. Super cool guitars, by the way. And then Dylan was with like
what I thought was just a little Chinese family.
Chinese family. So because that was the only seat, it was the only seat that was left. So Dylan's sitting there by himself with this whole Chinese family, and it was generational. So there's like little kids, and then this really old lady.
Yeah, the mom and dad, and then the grandma.
And Dylan. Yeah. And it was so I'm kind of like, okay, all right. And the other guys were kind of like giggling at him because Dylan's sitting there with this family.
Yeah, they're like,
And
like the 4 languages going on.
Yeah, the kids spoke perfect English. And then the husband.
Did they want to touch your beard?
No, that's awesome. That would have been interesting. Yeah, no, they didn't get that far, but
so I'm like, I'm wondering how this is gonna go. And then I started talking to Greg and his brother, and I look over. Next thing you know, Dylan got the guys next to him. He's putting food
like Instagram thing.
He's putting food on his plate.
Yeah, the dude was like hand serving me, like pouring me drinks. He's putting his arm around me.
Holy shit, Dylan's got like a best
telling me about his childhood in China.
Wow.
That's
cool.
So it was pretty amazing. Well, come to find out, that was the owner of Vola.
Oh,
yeah, he's like getting hand served by the
Vola. So it wasn't just some dude who was there.
But that's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
it just seemed
okay.
It was just a bunch of people because there was probably 20 of us all together.
That's
took
cool.
Up like
at least
4 or 5 tables. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, Dylan's there getting hand served from the Vola owner. It was super cool, really nice people.
Well, it was just funny too, because like as the conversation's going, his mom was from one region of China, his wife was from a different region of China, he was from Hong Kong. So like he would say something to his wife, and then like I would say something, then he would translate it to the wife.
Oh wow!
Then the wife would translate it to the grandma, and so it's like everything had to go.
So one
through
spoke
this chain.
Mandarin, one spoke Cantonese, and they had
and then one had like a regional, and I guess the grandma had like never been out of China ever, like never been out of her region in China
because she just.
So you took her to a Korean barbecue place in Denver?
No, in Anaheim.
Oh, okay, okay.
Anaheim, we were at, but it was funny because she had this look of like.
All I wanted was a cheeseburger.
Well, she had this look. She kept looking around the room, and it was so funny because I'd look at her and she's
like,
looking around,
sandwich and a Mexican beer.
And she had this look like, what the fuck with this country? It was just really.
I'm sure urinating in the parking garage would have gone over really well.
Well, what was funny too is like we're going along with it, and then like all of a sudden, like the other table aside from us, like apparently they're having a birthday, so the whole place breaks into like this Korean pop. All of it's going on. Lights are going on.
It's a K-pop birthday.
Yeah,
K-pop birthday.
They all erupt. They're throwing drinks everywhere. And so then the Vola guys thought it'd be funny. Sean, or was it Sean? Is that his name?
Sean.
Yeah, so Sean.
It's kind of like the general manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they thought it'd be funny to say it's his birthday, even though his birthday was like in September. So they said it's his birthday. So then, then it starts all over again. So we got like 2 rounds of like this weird karaoke K-pop stuff.
Yeah.
And then
on the TV screens, and the guy comes in with a tambourine and shit. Like
a naked guy with a tambourine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then we get outside with Steve from Boston, and we're trying to get
the more than a feeling guy.
Yeah. The more than
So we're out there trying to get an Uber, and so he's like watching it, and he's just like F-bomb after F-bomb, like where's the
That's the same guy.
Oh, that's what you and Ben were talking about. And
that's
I was
the same
hoping
guy.
It was me. Okay.
Right, that's the same guy that I said his F-bomb to regular word ratio is astronomical.
Yeah.
But he was losing his shit because he's like, what the hell? Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you waiting there?
Where's this dumbass?
Yeah. And he's getting super. Steve's getting super, and a lot of these guys know Steve. So he's getting super pissed, and because his car then is just like spinning around. It doesn't.
We're like in weird neighborhoods,
and it's only like 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
So we got no idea what's going on.
So I've never taken an Uber, so you can see where your driver is.
Yeah,
in relation to where you are. Okay.
Yeah. So then somehow it ends up in.
So if you have to take a dump, you can be like, "Well, my driver's 20 minutes away."
Yeah, I got time. You can watch it right from the turn.
Yeah, okay.
Right from the turn. So the car finally gets there, and it shows up to the place next to us. Mm-hmm. So we had to walk
like around the block,
past the berm, and Steve's like kind of already losing it. So if you don't know him, I mean, he's an intense dude anyway. He's like, what? So we get in the car, and everybody's cool. Like, okay, it's nice. She takes a left. She takes a right, and then takes another right. And he goes, whoa! What are you doing? Where you going? What are you doing? Where you going?
Has he got the accent?
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. He's like, where you going? Where you going? And he goes, no, over here.
Yeah, it's like Google's far more accurate.
Right. Yeah. And so then they're trying to figure out maps. He's trying to figure out the map to tell her because she doesn't quite know how to use her map.
Trying to help her sign into her own Gmail.
I was hoping that she was like, look, pal, what I know about this place is because I'm here. Your Google doesn't know what streets are blocked, okay?
She didn't even know how to use the interface. It was hysterical. So then we turned around, then we get back over to make a right to get back on the highway. And now Steve is giving her directions
from his phone.
From his phone. And then both the phones are, and at that point, like she can't figure it out. Me and him, we're like,
you checked out.
Like kids.
We're like 10-year-olds in the back, and we're like,
like I had like laughs, like when your laugh gets like caught because you don't want to let it all the way out, but it like backfires.
And you poop your pants a little bit.
Well, no, it was edging close to that.
I've heard. I don't know. This guy knew. Told me, not me.
It was amazing. So then we're taking the drive, and the last part of it is like she's making turns, and then we hit this one like on ramp to merge into another part of another highway.
Yeah.
She hit this thing at like fucking 75 miles.
Oh, and there's all kinds
like 25 over the speed limit.
Two of us are like, oh!
Yeah, Ike grabs like the hand. He grabs my shoulder. Like
handful of Dylan's beard.
So me and Steve from Boston, we split the cab. It was like, or we split the Uber. It was like $12. And halfway through, I'm hanging on. We come out of the turn. I'm like, I want my fucking $6. He's sitting in the front seat. He's like,
where's my $6?
I'm like, I want my $6 back. It was freaking hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh man,
damn stories are fun. I want to go and I don't want to go. Although our trip was way longer than it probably should have been because we tacked on a Vegas experience.
Yeah, you guys went out and were shooting
double time
shooting machine guns and shit out.
Yeah, we did. We shot machine guns with Jim Fuller. But it was just, oh man, it was just way too much, you know? We should have just gone to Vegas another time. Or
I was hoping you guys would stay because Dylan was definitely like, man, I kind of miss him.
You missed out on that.
It would have been fun because then Saturday just would have been.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, I kind of felt like I almost got like the leftovers, and then, like I said, by Sunday, everybody was just like,
well, why don't we have? Well, let's do a party here. We'll do another Texas Toast meet and greet here. We'll find a parking garage to go drink in, and then we'll drive over back to here.
We should do a live stream. You know, we should do it next year. We should do a live stream from the parking lot
of us peeing in the,
just sitting there drinking beer in the parking lot,
heckling Chris.
It was just so funny, dude.
Conscious choice, man.
It was so
We're here because
funny.
Of conscious choice.
Well, and the first year that we ever went to NAMM, we had a bunch of beer left over that we didn't drink in the hotel room, and it was in the back of the rental car. And we showed up at the Disney parking garage at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And we're like,
getting loaded.
I guess we just start drinking.
Gotta get rid of it somehow.
And it was raining like a son of a bitch. So we don't want to go anywhere. So we're just like chugging beers in the parking lot at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Disney lot, peeing and yeah.
They're gonna be looking for us next year.
I know.
Next year we should. If you guys stay the whole time, maybe think about doing the Airbnb thing.
I don't see myself staying the whole time.
Okay.
Because I don't see myself ever going to Saturday NAMM.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't want to go to Saturday night.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, skip Saturday.
Skip Saturday. I'll go in Sunday because I like to do my business on Sunday.
Okay.
Because all the salespeople are worn to shit, and there ain't no fucking fight left in them.
It was like 4 o'clock on Friday, and I was like, I'm done. I am done. I've been done for 2 hours, but I'm absolutely done now. Except for now when I'm going to go get more beer.
Grab me one.
I'm going to just grab all of them.
And then we could talk about
I was just saying, I'm actually
let's talk about the flip.
Let's talk about the flip toast guitar that we're looking to put together. I think it's going to be a little different than what we were doing. Before we were talking about doing, like a telly style or daily driver style. And now I think we're going to change that up. We're going to make it a little bit different. It might be a little bit more, but we're going to.
But it's going to be cooler.
To see that's the possibility.
It's going to be cooler, but we're going to see what Matt's going to. What we could do it at.
Well,
what did you tell me? We got to figure out all the details before Chris shuts us down.
Yeah, we can't do
whatever you guys do.
Planning.
Don't tell Chris.
You can tell Chris, but yeah. All right, let's talk about the flip toast guitar. Are we missing anyone's story here? Let's pound some beers. All right.
Before the teacups. Yeah, that's a plan.
Before the teacups?
Yeah.
Oh hell no. Yeah, that'd be fucking tragic. I could just see the puke flying out.
Just share it with all the children.
That's what you get for letting a bunch of rock stars in the fucking.
Or a bunch of people acting like they want to be rock stars. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what Saturday is. But Saturday is a sea of
the cameras.
There's so many industry people there. There's like a bunch of 5-year-old kids running around. And it's like
dressed like Gene Simmons and shit. Yeah, or people dressed up in the.
Well, look, all the guys with their camera guys. That was the most annoying. Because we were trying to walk through on Saturday, and like every time we try to get somewhere or even check like a company out, there'd be some asshole with a camera guy right there. It's just like,
our dude MJ was eating a burrito, and some guy's like, "Hey man, can you move over? You're in my shot." And he's like, "What the fuck?
You can fuck off."
That's what I was like. Did you tell him to fuck off? And he goes, "No, I just moved out of the way." I'm like, "You should tell him to fuck off."
Yeah,
because that's what I'd have.
You're in the way of my burrito.
I was standing here eating this burrito.
Yeah, you're the one who wants to film something that's in my burrito.
Right. I know you're trying to get 3 more subscribers on your YouTube channel, bruh.
And Terry, I've not exclusively switched to Mexican Mountain Dew, but I'm really close. Very, very close. Sergeant Bishop got me off of Coors Light almost entirely and almost onto.
Really? Well,
yeah.
Who did?
John. So John is actually so Sergeant Bishop is actually John.
Sergeant Bishop.
Sergeant Bishop is how we call him in the shop. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is he actual military?
He is, and you met John, haven't you? You might not have.
Maybe, I don't know, because I forget.
John's a bad motherfucker, man. Yeah. He's like the nicest guy you've ever met, but like some of the stuff he's done in real life is like, oh wow. I better not show my ass around this guy because he'll beat it. Yeah. So anyway.
I don't know if I've met him though.
No, he's a really, really super cool guy, and he just digs guitars and rocking out, and yeah, he does all the leather work, and yeah, him and his wife are so cool. Well, but they came over to my shop in the summertime. They were just like, "Hey, can we come over to the shop?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So they came over and they were like instantly cool, and we instantly hit it off. And I'm like, "When's the other shoe gonna drop?" And they like do something that's like totally lame. And they're just always super cool, always really great people, and yeah, my favorite people in the world.
That's kind of nice when that actually happens.
Way cooler than you two guys.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering.
We're just faking it, man. This is all. It's all a sham. Shadowy figures in the guitar industry.
So, okay, so flip toes. Let's talk about the flip toes.
Terry Starks. I did last year go to Summer NAMM. I might go again this year. I'd like to.
I've never been to SNAMM.
It's actually a lot of fun. It's just Nashville is hot as fuck and it's humid. So super humid. I didn't realize that until I stepped out of the car and I was like, this is gonna suck.
It never occurred to me to go to Summer NAMM, except I've got two friends now that are in right outside of Nashville. One is one of my best friends from a long, long time ago, and her old man are right outside of Nashville. And Brian Nutter is like, hey, you should come down and hang out with us. And I'm like, oh, I can't not do it almost. You know?
Well, I talked to Brian a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
And he was like, you go to Summer NAMM? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna have a goddamn throwdown. So if you come and I'm gonna get a bunch of crazy people together. And I'm like, well, that sounds,
And the thing about
sounds like a guy like a good. And
if Brian has a throwdown, it'll be a throwdown. Yeah, it'll be the real deal. Yeah,
he's got some juice, man. When he was starting to tell us like
and
all these people.
It was something that like drag it out of him because he didn't want to talk about it.
No, that was
kind of cool. And all of a sudden he's like this. Yeah,
he's like
badass session dude who plays with everybody.
Yeah, well, yeah. Bunch of different country artists. 10 years with Keith Urban. Is that who he was with? It was like,
and I want to say a year with Taylor Swift when she was a country person.
Yeah, and he was like,
nobody cares what guitar I have. They just want to see what my butt looks like.
He was like, I couldn't wait to get out of that deal though. If I remember what he said.
How about the guitar that Matt? It's your LP style that doesn't get in demand much. Oh, the Challenger. My only thing with the Challenger is I don't want to make the Challenger is one of those guitars where I make it and whatever it costs is whatever it costs. I don't want to build the Challenger to a price point. And I think that's what we want to do here.
Right.
Is make something badass that is going to be the price point that we can pull off because we pre-sell half a dozen. Let's say if we could pre-sell half a dozen, that'd be
killer.
Then we can just go for it.
Well, and then it'd be easier production. You could just put it in a.
Yeah, we can just do
knock them out at once.
Yeah, because a lot of the times what happens is you jig up to make it, and if you do 6 of something, then and they're all the same, or they're all similar. There's no different route. There's no I want a Floyd on mine, or there's no it's all the same stuff, and then the only thing that's different is maybe color or something.
Color or fretboard or something like that.
Perhaps, possibly. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I was thinking, and I mean, we kind of talked about this the last time. So I was thinking something in the style of like a Gibson RD, not exactly the perfect, but maybe
almost like an RD special.
An RD with a little bit, maybe the horn is a little bit different, or we just make it a little bit more, we can make one that's like maybe a single pickup. And then
we had so much fun with the non-reverse Firebird
and that's it close
that we're getting in that. Yeah, I think maybe we could make something cool that's a cool body shape like that. And one of the neat things about the Firebird is it essentially has a swimming pool route because they originally had three P90 size pickups. If we did that, then we could change everything about the pickup layout by changing the pickup.
Yeah, so
you can load it with anything. Cool. But yeah, I would like to use ash instead of mahogany or alder or something like that because what I really want to do is because the hardest part and the thing that takes the longest is finish, and I want to do one of our durable thin skin finishes on it.
And
so like those guys over there.
See, and I think that
actually all 3 of those. So that orange one and the two butterscotch.
Oh, there's MJ. Hey, MJ.
Hey.
What up, MJ? Yeah. So what do you guys think about like an RD-ish style?
And we guitar? Could still actually, and we could do a burst on this too. I think the RD is dumb as fuck.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
It's not that much different than the Firebird.
Well, then let's just do a Firebird then.
It's not that much different, but this wouldn't be a Firebird.
But my thing is that we probably have to go with something that's a little more mainstream.
But I think that's the distinctive thing of that. It's not exactly.
Well, what I don't want to have happen is
I think it'd be cool.
No end of people that say, "Wow, that's really neat. Hey, can you make it this?"
Right.
And then no one buys it. So,
So what you're saying is,
well, I'll buy one.
Yeah,
I'd buy one.
No, the RD,
what do you guys think?
Yeah,
chime in. There's at least a few people watching. So
Terry says that sounds good, but what?
But what?
It's mutated Explorer. I always thought that too. It's almost like if you shaved and warped, like if you shaved the horns off of an Explorer, kind of cut the fin a little bit and then warped it.
I thought, and I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's a little bit less, but it's a little bit cool.
A little less mass.
I think we can. I think it still could be cool.
See, Professor K. See, Explorer. People are coming over to the Explorer side.
So the popularity of the band Ghost could help the RD idea. Thank you.
Terry says reverse Firebird, and I'm on board with that. That was one of the guitars that
listen, Terry.
When we first before we made any of the non-reverse Firebirds, I'm like, that's the dumbest guitar ever. And we started making them, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool.
Driddle.
Bring on the RD. Hey, Chris, I shaped your neck yesterday.
Driddle, exactly. Like I think the Hyperion, I think is what it is from Balaguer, is RD-ish. That's pretty.
The problem is there's already a guy making that. So there's Gibson making that, and then that one, and there's probably some other.
But there's people making that too. And this guy.
Yeah, and these are selling like hot.
These are like hotcakes. But I think it's cool because it's just a different your approach to it and what you guys are going to do, the finish, the different accoutrement would be why. And they're buying into Texas Toast guitars.
Yeah,
because it's got a cool logo. What?
And everybody knows how to spell it.
Yeah, you could see that.
It's not like what it was if I just called my last name guitars. People would be like, "What the fuck is a Flaherty?"
Yeah, it comes with free beer.
Well, here's my thing. It can be whatever shape you want, because the outline of the body is the easiest bit. What the body shape is the easiest part of any electric guitar. So you can be whatever you want. You just got to sell 6 of them.
Yeah.
You got to pre-sell half a dozen of them.
Professor Chaos says RDs look wimpy, in my opinion.
Well,
you Professor Chaos. Damn it.
Yeah, but to be fair,
but I don't want to make a Strat.
I think he likes
Kelly or
Ben likes Jazz Masters and stuff.
Right, but I think that stuff, but it's all offset stuff, so it kind of falls in those veins. And I think if we make it with maybe not as too goofy, use it like a very similar body style and make it with some cool finishes and pickups that are available.
What about just like a Gibson double cut?
We could do
not an SG, but
double cut.
We were actually just talking about that today. Because you can make a single P91 and just make it like cool rock machine.
Or we could make it with a route that was big enough to
accommodate
anything, and then have it be anything.
I actually really like that idea, because then people, like you said, just vary it up with the pick guards. If people want to throw 2 pickups, they can. If they just want the one,
I mean, it's about as far away from RD as you can get, but it's classic and cool. It's Levi's and a white T-shirt.
Right.
So, but it's up to y'all. Whatever.
We're gonna have to figure out. I guess we're gonna have to figure out what.
What would you do?
I like the idea of an RD, and it's just because I like one. I've always wanted one, and I've just never been able to get my hands on.
What would you do to the
RD
shape though? Like, what do you not like about it? Because like you like the Firebird, but not that one.
Right.
So
what do you? Very close.
Yeah, it's very close,
like
but
it's
close, but no cigar. Do a bow tie like the St. Vincent. Oh man,
I no,
hate
that shit.
Whose guitar is that?
But that seems to be
some asshole named Vincent.
Isn't it some broad?
Yeah.
Isn't it a broad?
Yeah. Hello, I'm St. Vincent. Just I'm gonna be over here at the Skylark Lounge tonight. You guys
I'm gonna be debuting my new Ernie Ball grease string.
I'm wearing my Ernie Ball straps here, so if you like the way it hangs.
You know, another thing
that I never liked it. It's so popular.
Another thing that I think would be really cool and something that Chris and I have been thinking about. Now, don't shit on this until I tell you the whole idea. So one of the things that we've been wanting to do is do a kit upgrade. So like, what if we got like a 335 kit and shit canned everything but the body and made a brand new neck for it and brand new everything, brand new hardware, everything, and made a really cool guitar. So I don't know. What if it wasn't a 335? But what if it was a 335 with a Trini Lopez style, essentially Firebird headstock?
That would be kind of
or what, you know, something like that, because that'd be a way that we could keep costs down and make something that's really, really accessible but really cool too. I don't know. So that's an idea that we kind of been talking about.
A 335 with hips.
What about a Les Paul Junior double cut? I love that idea. That's one of my favorite guitars of all time.
I like those too.
So we're still in the planning stages.
Right.
So I
like where Tim Johnson's going with this though.
What's up with Tim Johnson?
That's the boss. RD that it is.
Oh, okay.
I like where you go with that, Tim.
If we do an RD, let's take all of the Proco rat pedals that you have, take them all apart, and incorporate that into the layout of the electronic package. So it's got a volume
totally do that.
And a tone and a switch and a built-in rat pedal. How many Proco rats do you have?
Game changer. One. Well, we're
not actually at the other plan.
We'll work.
I thought you had 2 or 3 like used.
We could put a tube screamer in there.
How many? Yeah, something that you got a button.
That we don't have either.
They don't know that.
Hey, we sell them like hotcakes. It's good when we don't have them because that means we've been selling them.
Tube screamers go like that.
Someone wants to know what the price point would be. Well, it's gonna all depend on all the wacky shit that you want on it.
We were kind of thinking I don't know, we talked about this before, so we were thinking, I mean, if we did an RD style with a Tune-O-Matic style bridge, 2 humbuckers with like a volume, maybe a volume or 2 volumes and a tone.
Purple burst.
1250. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, it's all possible. It's just going to be anytime you build to a price point and you say you want X number of features and you want whatever amount of wood and finish.
Hey, Robert Baker.
The big guns are coming out.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Rat tone. How about putting a real rat? That would be way cheaper than a Proco rat.
We could.
It stinks like.
Where all the tone lives. It's in the smell.
But yeah.
Luke just did a wacky guitar for JHS with like 4 onboard pedals. I think that's a bit much. Throw a Demogorgon in there and you got me. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. Demogorgon. Put a Demogorgon in an RD. That would be bitching.
If you guys can, here's the thing. Let's do whatever people are willing to pay for.
So let me ask you guys this: Could we try the RD style?
Of course. Yeah.
You know,
we can absolutely try it. So, I don't think you're going to sell half dozen RDs. But you know, prove me wrong.
I'd like to
put it up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So if we did, asking you guys, if we did something like an RD style with the option of a maple board or a
if you're gonna do an RD, you're gonna want a brown fretboard, right?
Well, I would agree.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
There might be somebody wacky that would want like TV yellow with a maple board and a white pick guard.
Okay, so that's gonna add to the nuances of the. So if that's what you want, then let's establish that they all get maple boards, because at some point it's gonna be like, all right, well, we got to do one with a maple board now, and that's gonna throw a wrench into the mass.
So
the more stuff that's the same, the better off it's going to be in terms of a price.
$650 to $850. Not sure if you can make that.
No.
Well, what if we went with an RD that nobody else would build in terms of like spec, like even like scale length and all that, like something that Gibson would never do?
Well, okay, so that's because we're not limited. Here's my thing. We can do whatever scale length you want, whatever woods you want, whatever finishes you want, whatever pickups you want. If they're all the same, boom, then we can go, okay, we know we can establish a price point that's decent. And if we did a pre-sale group buy of, like I say, half a dozen would be ideal. And they were all the same except for finish color, then you got something that we could actually pull off, not for $600.
Right.
But yeah.
I'll
sell you the wood. So one of the things that we're doing a lot of now.
34-inch scale length.
Sure.
On RD.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that would be cool, but I don't think we would.
That'd be the Doom edition.
Then we definitely wouldn't.
You can find half a dozen people who want them.
Yeah. I'd say, I don't know. I go for the RD. I like that. That's what I'm saying.
There's actually like
25 and a half.
There's actually like 3 dudes, and see, Purple Burst MJ's with me on this one.
Purple Burst sounds cool. I say 25 and a half inch scale.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we do something that Gibson would never do to the RD. That would be
maybe what I need to do is find like some kind of a program, software or something where we could just kind of mess with colors and see what it would look like. I don't know.
You know it's going to look cool.
I think it's going to look.
So let me ask you: do you trust me to make it look cool?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So all you got to do is figure out. I want the RD shape with this scale, with this headstock, whatever, and I want them to all be. I want the finishes to look like this, and I want the fretboards to be maple or whatever, and I want them to have this pickup or this bridge, and this control layout. Sure, then we do it, and if you can sell some of them, then we can do it. And I think I don't see why 12 is out of the ballpark.
I think if we put it together and have a rendering, something to offer,
like do like a final vote or kind of a final way, like let people at least get an idea before we put it out.
Maybe we could put it out there and ask and say, hey, this is the body design. Here's some
or
options.
If you could get enough interest to where we could make one prototype.
Well, I got enough interest to make a prototype. Yeah. I'll buy one myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll do the prototype.
Yeah.
I want one anyway. I was going to commission one anyway. Okay. So maybe let's make me one.
Yeah.
And then we can go from there. That way we could show them going, this is what it's going to be, but here are the options.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to go forward, and then we could do
stuff that takes time adds money. So binding takes time and adds money.
I don't think we need binding.
The binding doesn't cost a lot, but it's an extra step, and it takes time.
I don't think we need binding.
Fancy fretwork with binding with little nubs that go over it, stainless steel frets, stuff like that takes time. It costs money.
I said we keep it simple.
Yeah,
we don't maybe not do a binding on the neck. We just do, we just do a regular neck. Maybe if you want to do ash body. Then what do we? We
don't have to do ash body. What
would you want to do for a neck if we did an ash body?
Maple.
Well, if you wanted a maple fretboard, I think it would look dumb if we had a mahogany neck.
Well, what if we did a maple neck, but we could do either rosewood or maple fretboard?
Again,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not that big of a deal to just, what's the big deal if we switch to ebony and blah blah blah. The problem is it is a thing. So pick one and have it.
Yeah, you want something that's uniform you can knock out.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
That way I don't have to stop and go, I made 6 of them. Oh, wait, 3 of them have to be rosewood. And then, you know what I mean? It just slows everything down.
So what, Terry says natural binding. So, I mean, that would be basically more like a tape off.
Yeah, and that's okay. So anything that has tape and paint and all that stuff, it adds time, it adds money. So if you want to keep the price point to a certain level or not to exceed a certain level, simple is good and repeatable. So, and you know what, neck binding is actually way easier than body binding. So if you really had to have binding, then
I like the binding on this one. I think it's pretty
well, actually that would be pretty classy, just doing the neck.
Rule number 1, keep it classy.
Exactly.
Right. That's right, San Diego.
Wait a minute. That's rule number 2. Rule number 2 is keep it sexy.
Right.
Rule number 3 is, I think I got those 2 mixed up. Switch them around.
So what if we did ash body, maple neck, with possibly rosewood or possible maple fretboard? Possible. I mean, I think I think ebony would be awesome, but I think that would be expensive. That would drive the cost up, right?
It's going to add $50. Yeah.
Right. So.
And what's wrong with
I would say same kind of thing as with this one, where we just got dots in the 12 and dots in the 5, obviously with side dots. So I like that because it's pretty clean, but you know where you could still figure out where the fuck you are. And then I say we just do maybe 2 humbucker PAF style with volume, 2 volumes and a tone.
Okay.
And a switchy dealie.
Switchy deal. Okay.
Thanks for the 2 volumes.
Yeah, I'm taking.
You know what? You really should have 2 volumes.
2 volumes.
2 volumes. Yeah.
2 volumes.
No one uses tone anyway. They do. I want to put a chokehold on my guitar, so I'm gonna. Yeah.
See, Matt gets me.
Yeah. Brett's Challenger has 2 volumes, and it looks. It appears like one is a tone and with master volume, master tone, but he just has independent volumes for each pickup because he never uses the tone control. Because I want to roll off the tone. Yeah, I want everything you can give me. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah.
So bird's eye says, that's too much. Like that'd be too heavy, intensive on your guys' end with the chip out and all that. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where if that's what you want, then we're gonna have to set the price after. We can't set the price and then go, I want ebony and bird's eye and I want 5 humbuckers and I want all this crazy switching and
I'm with you, Scott. I like 1 volume, 1 tone, but Dylan wanted 2.
My theory on this is you can set 1 for clean, 1 for dirty. I know you know that.
I know.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I think some people. Well, what do you guys think?
You know, we could do. We could offer them as fully assembled guitars that don't have any electronics at all.
Well,
you put in your own pickups, and that way you don't buy the. Because what's going to happen is someone's going to. Well, I don't like those pickups. You know what I mean?
Would there be wiring?
There could be, but it wouldn't have to be. It'd be a way to keep costs down, and then you could do your own.
What
thing.
if we just put an inexpensive set of PAF style, just to put them in there?
Okay. And then what?
I don't know.
People change them. I mean, I guess that's what happens.
Very short-sighted thought.
Wait. Well,
there's no bad ideas here except for yours.
If we're gonna pre-sell them, if we're gonna pre-sell them, why don't we get the input of whoever the buyers are gonna be? Like you said, we go with the pool routing, so that way you can put in anything you want. Yeah. If they want us to put something in, we can. If they want it bare, then we just leave it. But we take the input of whoever the buyer is. Because that way we could adjust the price a little bit one way or the other to compensate.
You could do that too. You could say the base price is this. That doesn't include pickups.
Right. And then if you want this pickup range, you get this. If you want
Because people send me stuff all the time. They're like, hey, how much for this with 2 pickups? Well, what pickups are they?
Right.
Because you could spend $35 on 2 pickups, or you could spend
$400.
Yeah. Really, without even breaking a sweat, you could spend $400. So
I've looked at a few for we got a Telly Deluxe, and I've been looking for nice wide range pickups, and they're like, Novaks are like $400.
Yeah.
Or
even like the ones Throwback does are ridiculous. It's like 2. Yeah, it's like 2.
Yeah, some of these some of these companies are like, you want how much? I got guitars that are
not as much
worth that much. So All right, so I think we still need to figure it out.
I think you need to figure out if you got half a dozen people who are willing to pay for RDs.
Yeah. Can I commission one, and then we could see, and then we could have something to play?
Yes, you might want to see if you can get some feedback, or you want to just go for it and go, hey, this is what it's going to be. We're going to do.
Well, he was going to take one anyway. So
okay. I was going to order. I wanted one anyway, so I was kind of like, well, I'd like to do maybe an RD style. My thought was, if I was to do it myself, would be like RD style, 2 like PAF style humbuckers, TV yellow, with maybe a white pickguard and a maple fretboard. I know it sounds weird, but I kind of thought it would be kind of cool because I like TV yellow and I don't have anything that's in TV.
I think anytime you say I would like it because it's cool, that's a get out of jail free card. It does, you know what I mean? So no one else has to like it.
Right.
You dig it and you want it. That's then second cool right there. You got it.
So what would you guys think? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
RD, TV yellow, white pickguard, 2 humbuckers, stop tailpiece, maple fretboard.
Maple neck and maple fretboard, or
you're basically building a Telecaster shaped like an RD.
Yeah, that sounds about
you shut your dirty mouth, Matt Flaherty. You shut your dirty mouth, son. Of course I am. What do you?
Yeah.
I stick with what I know, man. See, Brack says TV yellow's killer. That was Ike's plan all along. Shut up, MJ, you rat bastard.
Yeah. Well, Chris basically builds jazz masters that are shaped like other guitars every time he makes one.
you end up staying in your lane to a certain degree.
What if I had this, but it didn't look anything like it?
Yeah. Well, so Chris is in a surf band, so he has a couple Mosrites that are based, but he likes Jazzmasters a lot.
Right.
But he wants the Mosrite shape. Now, if you've ever played a real Mosrite, they're nothing like a Jazz.
Right.
I mean, they have 6 strings and they have a neck.
And they're made out of wood.
And they're made out of wood. But there's a lot of differences. So he has made a handful of Mosrites that are essentially Jazzmasters. The pickups are Jazzmaster pickups in Mosrite
bodies.
Well, the pickups are plastic things that look like Mosrite pickups with the Jazzmaster pickups that Jerry sent outlined or whatever. So yeah.
Well, that's kind of like those, like some of the new Fender stuff, like the Parallel Universe stuff, and even that Meteora. Yeah, it's basically kind of a telly just with a different shape, and I kind of like that too.
Yeah. Well, see, that's another one that to me looks, it's in the Explorer vein if you just shave the horns off and the fin.
I like
a lot of those are
plays
off of that. Yeah.
Driddle says, what head shape? We would do we don't have, that one. Right?
You want the 3 on the side Texas Toast head shape on an RD? I guess those did have the Les Paul head. Whatever you want.
Although the Firebird
probably 3 on
would be
3.
Cool.
That'd be cool too. Yeah.
Like 6 on one side, Firebird. Cool.
Terry says he wants to see who will buy. The problem with that is that then you end up with a camel. You want a horse and you end up with a camel. You get this weird, designed by committee thing.
Terry wants a Jesus guitar.
The fish-shaped guitar.
Wants a fisherman guitar.
I had one. It was I don't know who made it, but it was a shark guitar.
The plaintiff.
I bought it at a garage. I was driving.
Had a fish shape.
I was driving by a garage sale, and anybody knows me, I like to stop at garage sales because I feel like there's always treasure in there somewhere buried underneath something. And I was driving by and I actually I saw a headstock and I saw a fin.
Where was it?
It was in upstate New York.
Okay.
And I was driving by and I saw just a headstock and a fin, and I was like, I got it. And I pulled around and I bought it for like $50.
One of the times that I met Ed Roman, my now ex-wife, the plaintiff, bought a shark guitar from him. And yeah. He's a funny dude, man. Funny dude. Yeah.
Ed Roman guitars.
Yeah.
The 4-2 headstock, is that the Music
Vegas?
Yeah.
The 4-2 the Music Man headstock, because I hate that.
They offer one, yes. But I think I want to say Schecter has a 4-2.
Okay.
And a handful of other.
Well, just the Music Man, there's nothing exactly wrong with it. It just looks like a headstock that a baby would need.
They're little bitty.
Yeah.
I'm not that big.
I'm not a big fan of those. And
no,
I can't.
Everything about Ernie Ball guitars.
Well, you can't even get your fingers in there. It's just like little baby guitar.
I don't like the what is it, Steinberg's? No headstock.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right.
It's like, where's the rest of it?
Terry knows what's up. See, he's like, Matt can do it. Yeah, if you trust me to make it, then we'll make whatever you want.
I think what we should do is make a prototype.
Okay.
And then we could see.
You can show off how badass it is.
Right, and then because I got another badass guitar coming soon.
Yeah.
When we get the other one, we get the Jupiter Jet or whatever, the Duchess of the Orient. Is that what we're?
I'm not sure which Duchess it is, but yeah.
It's the Duchess of the Orient, I think. I say we just make an RD-ish thing, and then we'll prototype it, and I'll show you guys, and then we'll try to sell 5 more of them.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll make a Telecaster, an RD-shaped Telecaster with 2 humbuckers, and it'll be badass.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't know how it becomes a Telecaster.
Because I'm giving you shit.
I'm like, it doesn't because it's got 2 humbuckers.
So what you're saying is,
what you're saying is, do you like football?
Yeah.
Do you like Star Wars? Bobby Fat there?
Hey, wouldn't it be cool to get a football shirt with a Star Wars guy name on it? You could get whoever you want. You could get Paul Solo. You could get Bobby Fett. I don't care. It's your shirt. You can make up your own guy. You don't think Lou Skyjacket was a real guy, do you? Somebody had to make him up. You could get PC30. I don't care. Whatever. You could get an exclamation point. What do I? Yeah.
PVC.
Oh shit, that was funny.
Epic rock and roll video showcasing the RD. Oh.
So see, MJ's already offering to set himself on fire.
We'll make an epic rock and roll video showcasing the RD. Abso-freaking-lutely, dude.
We'll just light MJ on fire and film it, and
we can do it right here. I have updated insurance and everything. It's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're good. We'll do it right here. It's going to be late.
Dust off the shovel and everything.
Yeah.
No hairs this time.
Yeah, got to clean that off good. Not like last time.
Not like last time.
So I think that's what. Let's try that. Maybe we just make a prototype and we.
I like prototypes.
And then we try to sell it. We make it and show it.
Okay.
And try to sell it.
I think having something. I think we could show everybody that we could prove to everybody that we know how to make a guitar, and we could put a P90 in it, whatever. But sometimes having something is better than having I have this idea of what it could possibly be like. Yeah.
Right. I think if we make one, because that way we could look at it and go, okay, what if there's
mini RD?
So what if there's options? Like if we do the yellow one that I want, but we also did like a black one. I think we should
do a sunburst one because you know what's funny? I was talking with Chris today. There's very few guitar colors. There's black.
Right.
Like how many people do you know? Like I'm gonna say something. And Dylan has a green guitar, but how many people like play green guitars?
Not a lot.
It's not like, oh, look behind me. There's a bunch of sunburst. Yeah. There's a bunch of black. There's a bunch of red. There's a bunch of white. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Green and purple to me are the two most underutilized.
And blue is like, some people play blue guitars, but they're few and far between. And I hate making black guitars because everybody wears a black shirt.
And nobody sees it. Right. I agree.
So yeah.
It blends. You blend.
Yeah.
It's just
like you blend.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's.
But it could be cool. I mean, if we do if we did a black guitar with a maple fretboard, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
With a black headstock or something.
The cool part about a sunburst is it incorporates a bunch of colors. Or what we could do like the Mosrite that had the Buck Owens guitar that had just the 3 stripes of color. And the reason that they did a lot of that stuff back in the old days was so they could have one guitar that had 3 colors, so you can get it in either red, white, or blue. Yeah.
Okay.
Very clever.
Should make it fade from radioactive green to purple. I know that would be ridiculous, but it'd be cool.
Proud to wear
radioactive green in the center as it fades out to purple.
Yeah, with pink DiMarzio.
There you go. Yeah, super distortions.
So now we're making like Ibanez style shit. Oh, great.
Barf out.
I think reverse Silverburst.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It just totally sounds awful.
Yeah, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. No, I didn't.
Who said that? Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yep.
I never liked the Silverburst.
It's not one of my favorites, but I know a lot of people dig it.
I actually like it on the V more than I like the Les Paul. I don't know why.
I can't stand Cherry Burst.
Well, most Cherry Bursts are clown bursts.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
They're not as cool as a tobacco burst, I think.
Yeah, if anybody ever has like
desert burst or whatever,
anywhere, and somebody has a cherry burst and Ike sees it, he just like turns around.
So someone said something about Poplar. Now there's I have never seen burled Poplar, though I'm sure it exists. Poplar
doesn't have a lot of grain, right?
No, but Poplar makes a great sunburst. And people see Poplar and they're like, oh, how do you get rid of that green? But Dylan can attest to this. We have a bunch of Poplar guitars that we did bursts on, and they look awesome.
They look awesome, yeah.
I mean, Poplar's an option too. Wouldn't that keep the cost down?
Well, the grain
would keep the cost down some. You're talking about probably $50-$60 less. But
I just want to make sure we're not having no neck dive.
Mm-hmm. Well, Swamp Ash will be lighter than Poplar.
Oh, then maybe we
do
it.
But more expensive than Poplar.
All right. So if we were able to do this, do you think we could hit it to like a $12.50 price point?
I don't see why not. Yeah.
But I think that would be
there might be some things that some corners that we have to cut. But it's going to be stuff
if we could do like, locking tuners, if that's a possibility. If not, we could do regular tuners that are good regular tuners, like good hip shot stuff.
Well, the difference in price with the hip shot locking and the hip shot standard tuners is like $5 or $6.
So may as well just go.
But we could So I mean that could be an option. I think having solid electronics is good as far as the wiring and the pots would be good, and the input jack. I would rather have a shitty bridge and good tuners than
so-so tuners and so-so bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Even the simplest, and you know what we should do is maybe get with Josh from Hip Shot and say, Josh, we're going to do Hip Shot tuners with a drop D
that'd be good.
Thing, and we're going to do a Hip Shot bridge and just make it, see if he can, you know, we need six sets of all this stuff. Can you help us out?
I think that would be pretty
cool. We don't have a lot of juice at Hip Shot, but we have some, so let's try it.
Right. I think that wouldn't be a bad. Basswood body through neck. Yep. Terry, don't start with that basswood shit.
Or through neck.
I was on the live stream too the other night. I'm watching you, Terry. I know where you are.
I know where you live.
I know where you live. Hip Shot bridge plus Hip Shot blocking tuners equal win.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so. I mean, that's solid. That's solid components. And then if we keep everything else,
relatively, too, if we pre-sell the other ones, we just get the input of whatever they want for the pickups. Because it's like at that point, we could just, if they want to spend the extra for the pickups, that's on them. And that way, they're not paying for pickups they don't want.
Well, and especially if the pickups are humbucker shaped, then who cares?
Yeah, right. And I think that would be an easy way to kind of, because if you could get it less expensive without the tune or without the pickups. Yeah. I mean,
well, let's not. But if somebody wants, you know, rail hammer pickups, let's not put some suck ass thing in there that they have to pull out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't make them pay for pickups they're not going to use the first time.
Right. I say if we're going to do it, something like a.
They get like a credit for the.
I mean, those even those ones that you got from Stu Max sounded good. Those PAF ones, and they weren't super.
No.
They weren't super duper expensive. I mean, there's some shit.
Those are surprisingly not sucky.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that might be a good option. They're not gonna kill the cost, but they're gonna still sound good. And if they're, I mean, straight PAFs aren't, you know, that's gonna cover most.
No one believes me, but it's wire wrapped around a magnet. And the reason that they had Mexican ladies making them in the 50s is because Mexican ladies knew how to work sewing machines. And it's the same thing. You have to make a bobbin of thread. And it's the same thing with a bobbin of wire. And so, and Abigail Ibarra, for as awesome as her pickups were, the reason they were awesome is because she did them wrong. She did them wrong.
Why did she do them wrong?
Mija, I went to someone's quinceañera last night. Oh, shit, I went too far on this pickup. Oh, well, that's all right.
Oh, so some of them were just
yes.
Some of them are overwhelmed.
Yes, because whoever taught everybody how to make pickups, everybody else made the same things. Mm-hmm. And Abigail Ibarra's were like so much better because she can like wrap wire around a magnet better than anybody else. No, they were wrong. Something was different with hers, and it was probably because they weren't to spec, and they were badass.
That's what made them special.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that Abigail Ibarra's pickups weren't awesome, but what I am saying is that they were not to Fender spec, and that's what made them awesome.
I go with that. I'll go with that. What's this? You need to offer standard model and then a few customization options.
The problem with the few custom things is that then it's like So we did this thing where we had a bunch of pine bodies, and they were all going to be tellies, and nobody wanted a telly. Hey, can you make a P90? Yes. Can you do a?
I did.
Can you make a whatever? Can you make a Strat neck pocket? Yeah. And it went from being this fast thing to being something that took a lot longer, and no one understood why. Well, how come it's this much money for this one thing, and it's an extra $25 for extra custom stuff? It just is, you know.
Right.
I don't make the rules, even though I do.
Right. Totally understand.
Anything that takes extra time costs extra money.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to streamline it and make it as least options as possible, which means maybe just
because if somebody wants an RD with a reverse silver burst and a Telecaster neck pickup mounted in the bridge and 3 P90s wired in excess and all this crazy kooky other stuff and a 26 1/8 scale length 7-fret Babinga neck with a I'll be happy to make that for you, but I'm not going to make 6 of them for $1,200. You know what I mean?
Right. So we're not giving you a Babinga hoo-ha for $1,200. Who just, hey, Gypsy Heart, what's happening? Michael, what up? Hey, we got people starting to show up now.
We've only been on for an hour and a half, and I got to pee like a 2-dick dog.
And that's scene. But so we'll work on this guitar thing. We'll try to figure it out.
I love the idea of the Fliptoast guitar.
Right. I'll put the commission in.
Okay.
And we'll build one,
right.
And then we'll talk about it, and then we'll see if we can sell more of them.
Yeah.
Because maybe along the process we can figure out how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
How much it's going to take to do it, and I like the thin finish, so I think that would be cool.
And if anybody wants some wacko cuckoo thing, well, I'll do that all day long.
Tack it on if we have to.
I'll absolutely do that.
We're not promoting the fact that you're going to do it, but if you want some, like you said, some totally kooky shit.
My thing is, I hate to say no to people, but when it comes to we're going to make 6 identical guitars, the only thing that's different is one's going to be red and one's going to be clear.
That's going to
then I can't. Yeah, I'd be happy to set you up with a custom project of your own that nobody else has, and it has a monkey grip and it has 5 strings, and I've always wanted to do a 5-string telly, but no, the neck would be the same length, but it wouldn't have the 5th hole. Actually, it wouldn't have the 5th hole here. The bridge would be the same.
You're missing your 5 hole,
but it wouldn't. The pickup would only have 5 poles, and it would actually end, and there would be a space right here. And so everything would be a 5-string, but you have to really look to go. That is a 5-string. Yeah. So the nut slot would be the same size, but you wouldn't have the low E slot, and you wouldn't have the tuner right there, and you wouldn't have the. Not only would you not have you're just eliminating the low E, everything. So you wouldn't have a low E saddle, but the bridge would look like it could have one. So it wouldn't have this hole in the bridge, or if it was through the body, it wouldn't have that ferrule in the back.
Right.
It would just be It
was built for 5, but
only 5, but it would look like a 6. Yeah.
What about a
that would be an awesome Fliptoast guitar.
What about a 4-string Telecaster?
A tenor or a
ukulele?
The good strings or the tenor one?
I say we just make it like a regular scale length, but with 4.
Hey Ben.
Oh, Ben's here. What's up, Ben? What about a 4-string Telecaster, like a normal, like a 25 and a?
Well, what would that accomplify?
It's because it's a telly, but it's only got 4 strings, mate.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't it be cooler to have the Keith Richards 5 thing where he yanks the low E off, but it just wasn't there?
You could be Eve Richards. It's only 4 strings. Because this one's only got 4 strings.
Well, let's ask everybody. Would you want a 4-string Telecaster or a 5-string Telecaster? And that's a binary question. There's no, I want a 7-string Telecaster with fan frets.
Yeah, Terry. I know Fender's doing a thing.
What's Fender doing?
They're doing a 4-string Telecaster.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's also $500. So
what does it do?
What doesn't it do?
It doesn't get you.
It doesn't do 2 extra strings.
It doesn't do 2 extra strings.
Yeah.
It could.
Well,
I think it would be kind of cool because then you could work on your triads and inversions.
What strings is it missing?
Or just practice those anyway.
So it's a tenor guitar.
I think I don't know how many to make.
It's a tenor guitar. No. So that's for like whiny pussies like Jack Johnson to play around on.
Isn't that how he does it? That's his whole career.
I don't know how he does it. Yeah.
Thanks for coming out to the Jack Johnson show.
Hey, everybody. I'm not the cool Jack Johnson, the boxer guy from the early 19th century or the badass gunfighter. I'm the whiny pussy who plays ukulele in the hammock. And I get to bang all sorts of like surfer chicks.
Can we put that up on our channel now? Are
we
in trouble?
Ukatele.
The telly ook.
Yeah, but I like ukatele.
Ukatele. It's a tenor telly like an Eastwood ones. I didn't know Eastwood made those.
Eastwood makes a lot of stuff.
What's this? Hey, you guys loved, locked, loaded, and tweeted. Gonna visit lots of
tweeted.
Cool.
You know what? I don't know. I've never tweeted. Why don't we make a flying
V? You don't like to twat around?
It's twatting.
Twat? Okay.
It's twatting. We're going to get in trouble. Somebody's going to be
you know what?
Swear! Those guys are cursing. I guess we're not monetized, so who gives a shit?
I'm not monetized either. You know why I'm not monetized? Because I want to say whatever I want.
Swear,
yeah.
Right? I go through this so I have this thing where I'm like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't say that, or maybe we should, because we're a store and we're trying to have, and so I'm like, nah, maybe we shouldn't, and I go, it's not like we're saying really bad stuff, and this isn't not like these aren't conversations you would have with whoever. I mean,
everybody who's watching this, I would say I would have exactly this conversation, and I would say exactly the same stuff.
And anybody that's hung out with me knows that too. So. And Mrs. Texas Toast is sometimes worse than we are.
Sometimes?
She has said some shit where I'm like, what?
Mrs. Texas Toast is just like the girl next door. If you live next door to a whole house.
If you live next door to a bunch of hollies. Oh, I talked to my girl Geneva yesterday, and she was
you get something going?
Up. Yeah, I got something going.
Nice.
And we were talking about something, and she was fired up, and it was like F-bomb after F-bomb, and I'm like, hey, see, that's why we're good. That's why we're good.
Terry says that I have a good idea about the flying V. That could be easy too. Furthermore, you could do it like limited runs, like 6 Vs, 6 RD. The more guitars we sell, the happier I am.
I mean, that'd be cool. 6 Vs, 6 RDs. Let's start with the RDs.
Yep.
And then I like the double cuts. I think that'd be a great idea. I like the double cuts too.
That might be the double cut LP, a Les Paul style double cut is probably almost as easy to do as a Telecaster.
Well, like a Les Paul Jr. too, right? Just the flat top. I mean, I saw those. Yeah. I think Gibson selling those with P90s for like $800 or something.
Well, we're not going to do that.
We're not. No. Those are shit.
If you want an $800 Gibson, you should just buy it from Gibson.
Right.
Yeah.
But we don't want that. We want Texas Toast guitars.
Yeah.
We want shit that Gibson would never do.
I think that's cool too.
Yeah.
Ben goes, I can attest. I've hung out with these guys off. I don't know these guys are the exact same off air. Oh, this is exactly what you get.
I'm gonna go pee in the parking lot now.
He's gonna, and it's cold outside, so
you hear tink 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 tink.
Don't lick the pole. Well, that doesn't work.
Shit. Wait, don't go and now lick the pole. Yeah, lick away.
It's like, wait a minute.
Lick the.
That didn't work right.
It's a different pole.
Yeah. Different thing. We went like the flag pole.
Flag, yeah.
That
was it.
Yeah.
All right, Epiphone just released a nice looking double cut. I can tell.
Jesus Christ, how long is this thing gonna go on?
What, this live stream?
It's like almost 2 hours.
Oh shit, it is. Well, this is what happens. I say 4 minutes. We wrap this up, and then we're
you gotta get the doggles.
I gotta go home and let the dogs out before they shit in the living room.
For Dave shits on the rug again.
Dave might. I got a dog named Dave. If you guys don't know, he's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
he is cool.
I have a dog named Bobby, and no one gets to meet him because he's such a jerk.
I met him, but he's like,
did you come to the
yeah?
Dylan came to the front door.
He was on the side.
He was throwing like MFers at me and everything.
Yeah. Matt's dog's gonna eat your face.
He's a scaredy dog. He's not. Yeah, he's just. But he bites, and it's not cool.
That's the problem. Well, didn't you say he's bitten everybody?
Yeah.
Even Chris.
Chris.
Especially Chris.
Especially.
Yeah, but Mrs. Texas Toast was telling me that you can. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell that story. You can rub his balls.
Yeah.
He's still gonna bite
you. As soon as you stop, he's gonna bite you.
This is everybody's like, what is this about guitar?
Is this even about a guitar? But they're holding guitars.
At this point, it's been dogging at me for like the last 20 minutes.
Somebody should go back through this video and then count how many times we've sworn.
I think you could probably
we should sworn.
You could edit this down to a cool 5 or 6 minutes of guitar talk, and there'd be like a minute 40 of.
But the good stuff is in between the guitar.
It's all the nuggets in between.
Right. It's all the bullshit in between. We should have a counter though. We should figure out how to do that.
There's a counter right there.
And then every time somebody swears, we just ding.
Oh,
ding,
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 ding.
You have to have. Maybe Terry can moderate the swears. Terry is very cool. He's always like, "Hey, if you need a moderator, let me know."
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
He's a moderator on ours too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Little wrench. Anybody who's got the little wrench is in charge of taking care of.
Take a shot for every swear.
He's that would be. Who said that? That's a great idea. Yeah, Walking Dead.
It's not a good idea. We'd all have alcohol poisoning in the first 10 minutes.
We'd be
well, maybe we let that be an audience thing.
We'll
get better.
Yeah,
we'll get better.
You guys do a shot every time. Yeah.
You just see a hand. Call the police.
Call the police.
Stomach pumps.
Never got Ike to plug that guitar in. Well, what's the problem? The problem is we're an hour and 45 minutes in. Yeah.
It's acoustic.
It's acoustic.
Speaking of acoustics, Matt's Big Fat One is almost done.
Matt's Big Fat One's a cool one.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Matt's Big Fat One.
Do you like Matt's Big Fat One?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
So Matt's Big Fat One is sort of a kind of acoustic, kind of electric thing that we've been working on for a couple of years now, and it's almost done.
Is it like a Telecaster?
No.
It has a neck and 6 strings.
It's made out of wood.
It's made out of wood. It's only got 1 cutaway. So yeah, it's exactly
Sort of.
like
It's
it.
very close. Actually, I have a teleacoustic body at the house. I'm like, maybe I should.
Is it a Farrington? No. What was what was that?
No,
was it Farrington?
Was
those were Kramer's.
Kramer
right?
Farrington.
Yeah.
No, it's the teleacoustics they made years ago that with the plastic backs. But it's got a cracked top. I don't know. I'll have to try to fix that. And
Cool.
I don't know where I was going with that. Maybe you guys will make a neck for it. I don't know.
Of course, whatever you want. We'll make a 4-string neck for it.
Make the Ford's get a neck.
For little girls.
For you. What's this? What do we got here? I didn't plugged in. Never got to plug it. Yeah, sorry, dude.
Ben, are you still sick from them? Because I still am not a Hondo.
Oh yeah, but that's been going around town. Nobody everybody's been sick.
Later, man.
Yeah.
Take care, man. Ben's going to bed.
Later, Ben.
It's 10:30. Ben's getting old.
Haha, you're
The
old.
Canadian curfew's kicking in.
Right. Yeah, I think you guys got to go to bed there.
Hey, take off to bed, you hoser. Ben had something about like, hey, subscribe to my channel. I'm like, take off. Hey, I already subscribed. No. Oh, jeez.
Nope, didn't get that sick from NAM. Just started last week.
No. All right,
well, Ben was claiming when we were at NAM, it was like Saturday. He was like, "No, I'm good. I don't think I got the NAMthrax." I'm like, "Dude, that shit doesn't even show up until like Wednesday after you get home.
Yep.
That's when it starts to cook, and then it kicks you right in the dick on like Wednesday afternoon.
Right in the junk.
Yeah. Yep. You get it right in the pecker.
Right in the nut sack.
Right in the Ernie ball strap.
I still think Ernie Ball should make Ernie Ball string
strap.
lube ball grease.
Yeah.
Ernie Ball grease.
Ernie's ball strap.
Yeah, you could sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a lube for your strap.
Ernie Ball straps. Come down. We're having a special.
Freshly shorn. Get everything ready and.
Temperature change has been getting that's another one. It's been colder than a motherfucker here, so yeah.
It's definitely been cold. So yeah, shots. See, I think Walking Dead's got the cure.
Yeah.
Right here. Everything just boils down to shots.
Alcohol makes it better. I was listening to
my dad.
Robin Williams, and he said that if alcohol is the crutch, Jack Daniels is the wheelchair. I'm like, yeah.
Brilliant. I was talking to my dad the other day. He's like, "Well, how you feeling? You feel any better?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's still kind of lingering."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Just go get some whiskey." I'm
Yeah.
like,
just burn it out.
I like green chili and
okay.
whiskey, not necessarily like mixed together.
Not together,
but that'll help get what's happening. Weenie roller.
The weenie roller, yay! Or the sticky pokey. That's the other.
Oh, that's another good one.
I like the sticky pokey. That's a good. That's a tool at the shop.
Yes, sir.
All right, we should wrap this up.
Let's
It's almost
wrap
2
this shit
hours.
up.
I got dogs probably shitting in my house. So.
Yeah, I'm about to shit on this stool.
No. All right, guys. I think we are going to call it a day.
Yeah.
Right. We will. We'll get back to you on the flip toast guitar. We'll figure out what we're going to do.
We're going to start. So let's start the prototype,
Okay.
and we'll do some filming, and
We're going
we'll
to
do some
R&D the
videoing,
RD.
yeah, we're going to RD the RD.
We're gonna. Maybe what we should do is we should make it a thing.
Maybe we should
And we'll
call
just
it the
start,
R&D.
we'll start videoing
Yeah,
the
that's a great
process
idea.
of the prototype, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And then people can see the pin router and in action and all that cool
Let's do it.
grooviness. I just need to get a Sunday off or 2
Okay.
or 6.
It won't be hard. Yeah, let's make it happen. All right.
All right, we are gonna call this a day. Later, everybody.
Later, masturbator.
That's it, right?
You have to hit end.
I don't know what button.
Rip axe.
Rip axe. I don't know where the end stream.
You have to hit
button is.
end.
Shut
How
up.
you stop is the
Relax.
best part of the whole thing.
Just quiet.
Big red button.
Quiet.
Pick the wrong day to not wear deodorant.
Quiet.
You be quiet.
Peace.
It's still going. Are you sure?
You sure want to end the
I
shoot?
don't know if I'm ready.
I don't know.